Hey guys, it's Sam. Welcome back to my channel. Today is a super exciting day. I have kind of been, not even hinting, but full outright saying that I was going to be starting a new series really soon. So today is the day I'm going to start it. Now, a bit of background on this before I get into it. I had wanted to film this particular series for quite a while. I can remember going to my best friend's house. She lives like an hour away. I went to her house back in April and I had told her I had this really cool idea for a series for my channel, and she said that was great. And so it's kind of been like in my head, in the works, literally since May. It's been a while, and I just sort of been waiting until I felt ready to start it, because it is going to be quite a lengthy series. Now, I don't know scheduling yet, how often videos are going to come up or anything like that. I'm hoping for like once a week to once every 2 weeks putting up another video, but we'll see what happens. Life gets crazy sometimes. It's hard to for me personally to do that kind of scheduling because my work schedule is all over the place, so I never know when I'm going to get to sit down and film for you guys. So like I said, I'd had this idea a long time ago. Then I got to talking to, it was one of just my subscribers, and now she's become one of my very dear friends just through YouTube. We literally Snapchat each other and talk every single day now, and that is Micki. I will link her channel down below in the description bar. She is adorable. She does, she calls herself the makeup chef. Super cool idea. She actually will do a makeup look inspired by a certain dish, and then she will follow it up to cook that dish on her channel. She has this really cool series right now that has actually inspired me to dig back through all of my old palettes. It's called an oldie but a goodie series. It's fantastic. Definitely go check her channel out. So she had asked me if I would be willing to do some sort of collab with her, and I'm always open to those kind of ideas, and we started throwing around ideas, and then she had kind of said, you know, I know you've never tried. She lives in, I think she lives in California. No, she definitely lives in California, and I'm obviously up in Canada. And I was at the time having a really hard time getting my hands on Lorac products because Lorac's website doesn't ship to Canada. Sephora doesn't have it up here. I couldn't get it. So she had offered that if I needed anything, I could send her the money and she would get the products up to me. And that kind of sparked into this whole thing of her wanting to send me all of her favorite kinds of makeup that I had never gotten the chance to try, which of course I can't let her just do that. So I had said, well, I'll send you back some stuff. So there will eventually be almost like, I don't even want to call it a swap. It's more of like my favorite makeup exchange, because there's no price set or anything like that. It's probably going to happen a couple, like in a month or two from now, just because we both wanted more time to shop. I know she doesn't celebrate Christmas, so it's kind of going to be like a holiday time swap, giving to a friend thing. So keep an eye out for that. That will be coming up. But we didn't want to just do that. We didn't want to wait for that. And I had told her about this idea for a series, which I just realized I haven't even told you what it is, but obviously it's in the name, so you probably know. I told her I had this amazing idea that I wanted to do a Disney-inspired series inspired by the Disney heroines. So not just the Disney princesses, just because for me, like my favorite Disney movie is Hercules. There's obviously no princess in that. I wanted to be able to give a chance for all of these Disney heroines. So in that alone, it was going to be a really long video, or a long series, excuse me. And I told her this, and she is a huge Disney nerd, and she was like so amped on it, thought it was an amazing idea. So I said, hey, why don't you do this series with me? We can do it together. And she was so happy. I'm so happy she just jumped at the idea. But rather than both of us do like our own version of the same look, because, you know, for some princesses, there's only going to be so much you can be able to do, or some heroines, excuse me, we decided that for each week of the series that we do, we would kind of more pick a movie. One of us would do the heroine, and the other would pick another character in the film and do a look based off them. So whether it was the villain or a companion or a love interest, we wanted to kind of do something together like that. So she said, when do you want to start doing it? And I said, let's do it right away, because I've been putting it off long enough already. And we decided to start with what was my favorite Disney princess as a child. Not so much anymore, but You know, as a child, I was obsessed with Sleeping Beauty, and my parents tell me that the reason was because her dress changes color. If you know what I'm talking about, you'll know that in like the final scene of the movie when her and Prince Philip are dancing, her dress, the fairies are changing her dress back and forth from blue to pink, and apparently I just thought that was the best thing ever. So today I am going to be doing a look inspired by Sleeping Beauty using that whole pink and blue idea. I have a ton of palettes and shadows in front of me. I was playing with it all last night, and by time this video is up, she will have done my counterpart. She is doing a makeup look for Prince Philip. I have seen the look. It is phenomenal because she filmed this a day before me. It looks amazing. So if you guys want to see that, definitely check it out. I will link it. I'll try and link it here if it will let me, but for sure down below. So definitely go and check out the other half. But let's get started. I've already done my face makeup. So my foundation, my concealer, my bronzer, my eyebrows are on. That's it. So no blush, no lipstick, no highlighter, because I wanted to all be kind of cohesive in this look. So the first thing that I am going to do is I am going to prime my eyes with my NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk. Originally, when I practiced this look, I wasn't using this, but some of the colors weren't popping quite like I wanted to. So Micki actually suggested that I try this out. So I'm going to really quickly just do that. Does anybody else make weird faces when they do their makeup? I kind of only realized it once I started doing it for you guys, that like when I'm doing stuff, I'm like with an open mouth or like squinting or making weird faces. Does anybody else do these things? Or am I just kind of a weirdo? I mean, I am a weirdo. That's totally fine with me, but just thought I'd ask. So there is that. Now my lids are primed and they are so white. As per usual, I do have a little mirror. I was a little bit better this time. Last time I think I used an hourglass mirror, so you guys got a lot of reflection. But I do have this mirror here just so I can get more close up, but I will do most of it into my camera. I washed all my brushes last night too, and my Sephora color switch, so I am good to go. So I'm going to take a flat brush first. I can't see the number. It's a 233? 239. It's a MAC 239 brush. It's just a flat brush, and I'm going to use this just to apply some base color to the lid. So my kind of thought was that I would do more pinks on the inner half and then smoke out into like blues on the outer half. So I'm taking this MAC ×9 palette. This is the Flamingo Park palette. They might still have it online. I'm not too sure. And I'm just going to take that top color up in the top, which is actually called Flounce. It's a very, very, very pale pink. And I'm kind of just going to pat it into the inner corner and then like halfway on my lid. Can you guys see that I kind of stopped right about there? I'm going to do a little more pink, I think, than I'm going to do blue, just because, you know, I think she more often is seen as wearing the pink dress for whatever reason. In like anytime you see like a picture of her and the Disney princesses together, she's always in pink, so we'll stick more to that. But I did definitely want to throw some of the blue in here as well. I'm hoping you guys can see this. It's very bright in my room today. I thought it was going to be overcast, which are normally my perfect days to film, but the weather had other plans for me. There we go. It doesn't need to be totally even at this point either, I will say, because we're going to be layering so many different shades of pink on here. It's actually kind of really time consuming. So that is going to be the pink. And now because I have a second one of these brushes, I'm kind of going to keep one for pink and one for blue. So I got this palette yesterday because I was really looking for like the perfect blues to do this. I went out and picked up the NYX Elements palette, the Wind palette. So it looks just like that if you guys haven't seen it before. So I'm going to use this shade. It is shade 1. It doesn't have a name, but it's like a really light, icy kind of a blue color. So I'm going to pick up a bunch of that and apply that to my outer half of my lid. And again, it doesn't need to be super neat at this point because I'm going to be sweeping so much color up and into the crease that it'll all blend out in the end. I'm just kind of putting it on in like a patting sort of a motion, just to pack as much color on there as possible. Originally, when I thought about doing this look, I was going to do one eye in pink and one eye in blue, and I was like, that's kind of funky. When would you ever wear that? Not that I know that I would ever really put a pink and blue look together in my normal life, but it is fun to play with this kind of stuff. So that is the base going. I kind of also feel like it looks like cotton candy a little bit. Just a little bit. Maybe that's just me. So now I'm going to take a MAC, I think this is a 221 brush. Again, the label has worn off. I have two of these as well. Yep, it's 221, so we're going to have one for pink and one for blue. So I like to build the pink up first just because I find that the blue does take over the pink a little bit. So I'm going to go back into that same palette. We're going to pick up this middle color here, which is Sushi Flower. That is a permanent, it's a color in their permanent line as well if you are looking to pick it up. And I'm going to kind of start in the center and then sweep inside inward into my crease. And I do want this to go a little bit like higher up as well. So I am going to kind of sweep. That's actually too high now that I'm looking at it. Oh no, it's fine. Just looks like kind of crazy because it's only half done. So yeah, I'm going to sweep kind of high and we're going to go from the inner corner to about halfway. Just like that. This look could also probably be really cool if you were using it for Halloween to do like a unicorn kind of look. You could incorporate like purples and yellows and greens into it and kind of make it more of a rainbow effect. You could just by switching up some of the colors. I think that would be really, really cool. Okay, so that's a good start for the pinks there. Now I am actually going to take that same brush and just build up some of the pink in like the more middle area, just another shade of pink. There goes the sun, so now you guys should be able to see it a lot better, which is perfect for me. I've also got this NYX Ultimate. Hey, I lost this lash last night, now I just found it, so that's kind of nice. Good to know. I have this NYX Ultimate Brights palette. This is actually, these tutorials are the reasons that I bought this palette because it had so many cool colors. So we're going to go in with this color right here. It's more of like a muted down sort of a pink. Can you guys see that? And I'm going to put it kind of in the center and just kind of like slowly drag it in. I don't want it too far into the inner corner because I am trying to keep that lighter pink as well. Just like that. And then we're going to take that same blendy crease brush, whatever you want to call it, and pick up the darker. Do I want to use, I think I'm going to use this pink. So this dark pink here, it is in Bird's Eye View. And even less so than before, I'm going to kind of just like add that in the crease there. Just like that, just a little bit, just so that it's very, very pink. Now we might come back to the pinks in a little bit. First I am going to take, where is my big blendy brush? Oh, right there. This is a MAC 224 brush. I'm just going to use that just to kind of blend that out a little bit. Get rid of any harsh lines. So that's it for the pink for now. We're going to switch over to blue, and then we probably will end up coming back to the pink just to even it out a little bit. So I'm going to take my other 221 brush, and we're going to go in with some blues here. So the first blue that I do want to go in with is this one from that Wind palette. It's this really bright shimmery one. It's an absolutely stunning, stunning color. And I'm going to smoke that from center down to the outer corner. And trying to make sure that I bring it up to the same height that I brought that pink shadow up to. Keep in mind for this series, because Micki and I did talk about this at length, that it's not going to be a recreate what the princess looks like. It's going to be a look inspired by them. So I say that because, like, say for Elsa from Frozen in the movie, her eyeshadow is all very purple. if and when we do that look, I know if I'm the one, we are going to switch off who does the princess or the heroine every time. So, you know, next time she'll probably do the princess and I will do the companion or whatever you want to call it, just to keep it kind of fair. But I know that if I'm the one that does Elsa, I'm going to stick to more icy blues and things like that rather than going in with crazy pink or purples. Because those would be more for like a Rapunzel or Megara if and when that happens. We'll see how long this series lasts. We'll see how popular it is. And we'll judge it based off that. So there is some of that blue. I'm going to blend that into the pink in the center. So you might get some like purple transition in the center. But I don't know. I think it kind of looks cool. So that's where we're at right now. So I'm going to take a darker blue. We're going to go in with this blue from that Ultimate palette. The one on the side here, and just deepen up the outer corner. Like so. And same thing, blendy. Okay, now I'm going to go back in with, the flat brush, and I'm actually going to take some of the baby blue again and just sort of add it on and pack it on to that outer corner so that I don't lose all of the blue here, because I do want it to be quite a stark, like, even though I want them to transition into each other, I do want there to be an obvious amount of blue and an obvious amount of pink. I did practice this look last night, and that was the one comment that Micki had made to me, was that I was losing a lot of the blue because I was so concerned over the pink. And I wanted them to be more or less evenly put on my eyes. So yeah, I don't know if you guys can see that it kind of turns purple in the middle, but I think it looks kind of cool. And honestly, like, this eye has more blue and this eye has more pink, but I kind of like that. I think it kind of adds a little bit of interest to it. And it's very much like in that transition of where the fairies would have changed the color. So I'm pretty happy with how that's looking on my eyes. I am going to go back in with a little bit more pink, like I said, and just sort of blend that in finally, and then add a little bit more. This is not my normal lid brush, but whatever. Add a little bit more to the lid just so that the lines are really smooth, like such. Then I'm going to, because it's a Disney princess and I feel like you just kind of have to, I'm going to go in with a little bit of like a glittery shadow just over top. So for the blue, we're going to use this MAC Press Pigment. It's in Blue Willow. Normally I would do that. This is the wrong brush. Normally I would do this with some Fix Plus or water, but I just want it to be super subtle. So I'm just going to pat that on the outside where the blues are, just for a little itty bit of sheen. Like, it's super subtle. And then for the inner corner, I am going to take, sorry, I'm just looking for a clean brush. I have my Naked 3 palette here, and we're going to use this color Dust because it's like a little bit of a shimmery pink. And I just, again, just want a little bit, like just a light, that's a lot, but that's okay. Like such. Like that. And that is the majority of the, I just lost something, of the, sorry, upper part done. Now, really quickly, before I kind of continue, actually, you know what? We're going to drag down now just because I am going to be putting on, that's not good. I am going to be putting on liner and stuff, but I think we should do the drag down color now. So for that, I'm going to take my MAC 219 brush. This is my favorite and only pencil brush, but I love it. And let's go with, for the pink, I'm going to start with a little bit of that light pink just because I do want to keep it quite light in my inner corner. Just kind of about to there. Not even a third of the way. Then we're going to come in with this middle pink here. That sushi flower, I believe is what it's called, is what I said. And add that in the middle part of my eye. then I was trying to figure out which blue I wanted to use. I think we're going to go with this darker blue from the NYX Ultimate palette again. Oh, it's really, like, look how bright that is. I barely touched it. I'm going to take some off just because it's going to be trouble if I leave that much on. And I need a little more, so I took too much off. And we'll do that. So it kind of like all evens out on the bottom. Just check it in my little mirror. Looks so cool. I didn't think I'd like this actually, but I kind of really, really do. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I have a little bit, this is just for a little bit of sparkle. I have this Amazonian Clay waterproof liner in rose gold. Now it doesn't show up crazy vibrantly, I must say, which is very disappointing. But it will give like a little bit of sparkle just on my top lash line, and I might drag a little bit on my lower. So I've got a MAC 266 angled brush. I think this was actually intended on being a lip brush, not so much a liner brush. But this is just what I use it for personally. And I'm going to just drag it across my lash line. Like so. And this can be a little bit thicker too, just because it is so subtle that I don't feel the need to, like, sometimes when you're using a black liner or something like that, you feel a need to just keep it really tight into your lash line. This is so subtle and adds just like the tiniest little bit of sparkle that I just don't think that that's necessary. So there's that. And then the other thing that I'm going to do, which is kind of what I think makes this look really a Sleeping Beauty look, is when you think of Sleeping Beauty, not only do you think of the blue and the pink dresses, but you think of her golden hair, that golden tiara. So I do have some MAC. This is Pure Show. It's like a liquid liner and it is gold. This particular one is from the Star Trek collection, but they do make this in their regular line. I've had it before. It just kind of went bad, so replaced it with this one. So I'm going to use this gold liner and do a little bit of gold just across the top lid there, rather than using like a black or something like that. Okay. And this is why I also said that the rose gold could go a little higher, because I knew that this was going to cover some of it, if not all of it. So there is that pop of gold, just to like add the finishing touch to a real, in my opinion, Sleeping Beauty look. I kind of knew that I wanted gold or yellow in there somewhere without really taking over the whole thing and turning it into like a primary color themed looking whatnot. So there is that, like that. And I think that looks really pretty. Now, if at this point last night there was nowhere near enough blue, I also have glitter everywhere, I might as well say. I didn't think that there was enough blue in the look, so I was planning on adding a little pop of blue in my waterline, but I don't think I'm going to do that anymore because I do really, really like the way that this turned out. So the last thing just to do is to finish it off with some mascara. So I'm going to use my Tarte Lights Camera Lashes 4-in-1 mascara. I got this in either my Ipsy or my Top Box, and I've just been trying it out. I did find out what the 4 things were. It is lengthening, volumizing, curling, and conditioning. So when I was struggling in that video to try and figure out what this was, and I'll repeat it next month when I open my next subscription box, those are the 4. Now at this point also, I had thought that I might put on some fake lashes, and then I lost my lash glue. So sorry, you guys are not going to see me, what would have probably turned into me struggling to put lashes on and then saying screw it and like throwing them out anyway. So that is the eye part of the look. Now just to continue down to my face, we're going to keep with that sort of pinky theme. So for a blush today, I'm going into my Lorac California Dreaming Cheek Palette, I think is what this is called. There's this really, really beautiful like light pink in wavelength. I'm going to take a little bit of that and just put it onto my cheekies like that, just to add a little bit of a pop of color. Okay. For highlight today, we are going to stick with that pink theme. So I have got my I Want Kandee Too Faced Candy Glow. It's like a cream highlight, so I'm going to put that down my nosy and a little bit on the end and just kind of blend that. And then in my cupid's bow and also up both of my cheekbones. Like such. Then I'm going to go over that with my Too Faced Love Light Ray of Light highlighter. It is more of a like pink toned highlighter. And I've just got this really big Natasha Denona highlighting brush. Sometimes I do use a smaller brush, but this does go faster if I'm honest. On all the same places. And the last thing that we are going to do is finish it up with a lip color. Now, when I was trying to figure this out, it took me a really long time to decide what I finally wanted to do. And then I saw the name of this and I knew this is the one I had to go for. So this is a Smashbox Be Legendary lipstick in the shade Primrose. And of course, if you are a fan of Sleeping Beauty, you know that for most of the movie, they call her Briar Rose or Rose rather than Aurora, just as her nickname. So I thought a rosy sort of tone was perfect. So we will add that. And there we go. So I would call that pretty much done. I wish I had a crown so I could be a real princess, but I don't. Oh, I do. I do have a tiara, but it's not a gold one, so we're not even going to bring that out. It was from Halloween a couple years ago. I don't just rock a tiara, just so you know. So that is the completed Sleeping Beauty inspired look for today. It is more of an eye look. Obviously, switch up the lip if you want. Switch out the blush and everything for whatever you have on hand. This is just how I kind of interpret her. It was a really, really fun idea. I'm so excited to be able to do this like ongoing series with a fellow YouTuber who has shown me so much support since I started my channel. So Micki, thank you very much for agreeing to do this with me. If you want to see her corresponding look, her Prince Philip inspired look, which is amazing, go and check out her video. Like I said, I will link it down below and it will have been linked earlier in the video. And keep your eyes out for who we do next. If you guys have a particular princess or movie that you guys would like to see us do next, leave it down in my comments, leave it in her comments. Of course, we are going to take your guys' opinions into consideration for which order we do this in. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please hit that thumbs up. Keep watching for more videos. Subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to Micki's channel. I know we would both appreciate it. And I will catch you guys next time. Bye.